We got a special edition of Making Fun of the Cleveland Browns as Kevin Stefanski stepped up and said a little bit yesterday, and we're going over the clips. We're going over what he said, plus some other stuff he said this week. Before we dig in, though, you need to click that subscribe button right now because we're making fun of that Hawaiian leprechaun. We're on Stefanski getting fired watch. We're on Shedeur Sanders watch. We're keeping you in the loop of what's going on with these Cleveland Browns. Click that button. Stop missing out. But special edition today because Stefanski has been quiet this whole time. He hasn't been bringing up Shedeur's name like for weeks. Long time. And now since it started to get bubbled up in the media, ESPN Cleveland, we're starting to get a little action. I applaud you guys for asking the questions, watching the videos, causing us to keep sounding it out, so it bubbled up. And we needed this. The thing about this, what came out, was still absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing.
He's doing a really nice job, including just now coming off the field with the red zone drill that we did. So continues to work very hard, doing a nice job in meetings, doing a good job in the field. Yeah, I mean, going back to the spring, we've done a lot of things that we really hadn't done before because you have so many rookies. You have 2 rookie quarterbacks. You're trying to maximize every minute you have out there. So certainly throughout this season, we've tried to be extremely intentional about development of our players. We've done individual periods on Mondays and Saturdays, which we haven't done before for players that didn't play in the game. You know, just trying to add up all those individual periods, all those minutes of development with their coaches. I think it's just important with young players, and so that you're not just assuming that they're getting better by sitting in the meeting room. You want to give them physical reps as well.
And the one tidbit we did get is Shedeur's off to the side, it sounds like. Just not getting reps, not getting the fact that he's an insurance policy out there if Gabriel goes down. So they're not using him as a potential QB2 that's going to come in there and be a backup. They're trying to get, which makes sense to a point, I guess, that they're trying any way, shape, or form to get Dillon Gabriel ready for these games, and they're maxing out all the reps, all the opportunities, all the mental space they got for him. The thing about this, you're doing that, and we're not seeing any changes. That's the thing about that. And we come down to earlier this week about accountability. The thing about this, when you got to ask him about accountability, that means that there are clues that we're not seeing accountability. We've been calling this out all year.
Well, I think it's important. We hold every player accountable for everything we do. I'm accountable for everything we do. So you just try to be very open and transparent and honest with your football team. A lot of that doesn't make it outside this building, and that's just kind of part of being a family as you keep things in-house. But our guys understand that part of the accountability is a shared accountability, so it's all of us.
And part of this is just holding your players accountable, having the right conversations. Now, you might be holding people accountable, but it may not be in the correct manner either. But the fact is, you're not holding yourself accountable in these interviews. Just throwing stuff under the rug and just saying the bare minimum and not telling us why when you make these egregious decisions that everybody's questioning, not just us. Big media, small media I just keep finding out about. Just questioning this every single day. I can make clip videos every single day about this. So the big question here is the accountability portion. How's that being fostered considering what we're seeing here? Is Gabriel really getting accountability? Is he really getting accountability here? Or is he getting coddled? I mean, there's like an agent relationship between Stefanski and Dillon Gabriel's former coaches. Dan Orlovsky, his agency, similar to Stefanski. Same thing. CAA or whatever it is. So there's ties with that. What we're saying. There is ties with that. Coming down here, the next thing, talking about the inaccuracies of Dillon Gabriel. Like, we have to hold him accountable here. This is the worst quarterback play you'll ever see. the worst quarterback you will ever see out there.
Any quarterback, young and old, you're going to miss throws. It's an occupational hazard that you're likely not going to go 100% in completion percentage. It's an occupational hazard that a corner is going to get beat deep every once in a while. So you're not going to make every throw. Now, having said that, you coach every throw, and you say, hey, this could be, use your technique here, or trust what you're seeing here, all those things. And that's true of young and old quarterbacks. You want to make sure you're coaching all your players to have constant improvement, and there are things that I know Dillon can do better and will do better as a young quarterback. And I know there are things that we as a staff can do better and putting our guys in position. So I just think it goes back to, I understand the individual aspect of this, but there's also the collective aspect of this.
You can make the comparisons number-wise to Cam Ward, but how many dropped interceptions? The safety out of the back of the end zone. Just the sack last week on the 4th and 1. And then Reese had to come back and say, hey, I wish I didn't call that play. However, we know they're keen on the run. That's why there was like 4 guys open. Like play call-wise, there's 4 guys open. Like play call-wise, X's and O's, there was 4 guys open for a reason, because it was the right play to call. He just can't execute it. He can't execute you to get a drive downfield when you need it. Like he can't. He doesn't have the ability. Doesn't mean like you got a quarterback that can, that will do it, but he doesn't have the ability to do so. He will accidentally get there first couple drives of a game. It's always the first couple drives where things are scripted out, and the opposing defense, the tight ends on the crossers, they get it, and then after that, clamps get ratchet on that offense, clamp them down, and that's what we're seeing. What we're seeing here from Stefanski here, he's not giving Shedeur the opportunities. It's the same thing that we saw in training camp. Same thing we saw in training camp. And the thing is, if we see Shedeur out here this week, we might not see him optimized. Let's just say that. I can't say he's going to be bad or good. I'll just say this. We won't see him optimized to his best ability. It still might be good. It probably will be. But it won't be optimized. Him in his correct situation here, getting developed, getting pushed, getting the opportunities to develop. He said he was looking good. He ain't going to say anything negative about anybody. He's never done that. He's not going to give you the truth on anything. Stefanski's still putting stuff under the rug, still hiding out. I'm getting questions like, hey, what are you hearing? What are you seeing? So that's why we did the special edition video this morning. I wanted this to be its own video so it can just be all condensed together with this topic. Like, a lot of people will just zone out or leave during the middle of the video, like they got the clips they want. But I thought this was very important information early on a Saturday morning, going over what Stefanski said. Stefanski said a lot of nothing, but he also said a little something that, hey, we're still doing the same shit with Shedeur. Let me know what you think, though, in the comments below. I want to hear about that. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on the way out. One, thank you for watching. Catch you on the next video.